sports news. Turkish club Fenerbahce have terminated the contract of Nigeria defender Joseph Yobo. Fenerbahce announced the decision is due to restriction in the number of foreign players in the Turkish elite division. The former Super Eagles captain is now expected to be honored at Fenerbahce's opening game of the season against Karabukspor on Sunday. Chelsea hit Everton for 6 in a 9-goal extravaganza which ended 6-3 at Goodison Park. Jose Mourinho's side were 2 goals to the good inside the opening 3 minutes as Diego Costa found the net with just 35 seconds on the clock before Branislav Ivanovic doubled their lead against the host. The two teams then traded goals like heavyweight boxers going toe-to-toe with Stephen Naismith and Nemanja Matic, former Chelsea striker Samuel Eto'o and Ramirez all finding the net in an astonishing 8-minute spell. With Everton pushing forward in a desperate attempt to close the gap again, substitute Mohamed Besic's dismal first touch allowed Costa to score again to cap an all-time classic of the Premier League era.
Dreams do come true. This game just gets better and better. It's a brilliant ball from Leighton Baines. Samuel Eto'o had a lot to do. He was behind him, directed it on target. It's a great downward header. Skipping away off the turf.
Stoke City registered their first Premier League victory in Manchester as Mami Biram Diouf's fine solo effort stunned the champions Manchester City. But the Senegalese international and former Man United striker raced 70 yards before slotting under the goalkeeper Joe Hart. Stoke had lost all 12 previous games at the Etihad Stadium and Old Trafford, and manager Mark Hughes will savour this victory at his former club.
Well, 10 minutes ago we said he was very hesitant when he had a chance to run at Vincent Kompany. He's anything but there. He made his mind up early. He was going to get in behind. What a good job he made of it. I think he nutmegs Fernandinho, who ends up the last defender. He gets himself goal side of Kolarov, stays in his feet. It's Fernandinho who's providing the cover. Lovely little nutmeg. Could Joe Hart have done better? Yeah, could have.
Meanwhile, Man United boss Louis van Gaal remains without a win as £59.7 million British record by Angel Di Maria, the Argentine, failed to inspire their first victory of the season at Burnley. Neil Warnock began his second stint in charge of Crystal Palace by earning the club's first point of the season with a 3-3 draw at Newcastle United. QPR claimed their first win of the season as Charlie Austin's goal gave them a 1-0 victory over Sunderland. Swansea ruthlessly ended West Brom Albion's unbeaten start with a third straight win. While Morgan Schneiderlin, the Frenchman, scored twice as Southampton picked up a first win under Ronald Koeman with a 3-1 win at West Ham. And that's sports news. The news at 10 continues in a moment.
On the foreign scene, Ukraine appears to be considering a full-scale war following Russia's alleged intervention in eastern Ukraine. Ukraine's president says his country is close to a point of no return, citing its readiness to go to war to protect its territorial integrity. Petro Poroshenko was speaking in Brussels, where he said a meeting of EU leaders had agreed to prepare more sanctions against Russia. EU leaders had earlier condemned Russia, outgoing EU Foreign Policy Chief Catherine Ashton accusing Russia of direct aggression in eastern Ukraine. The Lithuanian president also said Russia is practically in a war against Europe. However, Russia has firmly denied that its forces are backing rebels. The Iraqi army is making concerted efforts to retake the strategic town of Amerli from Islamist militant IS. The army has joined forces with Shia militia and Kurdish Peshmerga forces to try to free the town in northern Iraq, which has been under siege by the Islamic State militants for 2 months. Some 15,000 minority Shia Turkmen are said to be held up there. The UN last week called for urgent action to stop a massacre in the town, which lies in Kurdish-controlled Iraq. Islamic State jihadists have been accused of atrocities in areas of Iraq and Syria under their control. The Prime Minister of the Southern African Kingdom of Lesotho has fled to South Africa, alleging a coup by the army and saying that his life is in danger. Reports say the capital, Maseru, is now calm after soldiers seized buildings the army is denied staging the coup. And the main news again, the River State government has 200 people under surveillance for the Ebola virus disease. The Ebola Emergency Center has assured Nigerians that Nigeria can win the Ebola war. A Liberian slum was celebrated after government lifted quarantine. And Ukraine's president has said that his country and Russia are close to a full-scale war. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I am Lumide Macaulay. From all of us here, do have a good night.